Let's fill out the Colorado Eviction Notice together, the written notice a landlord serves before an eviction case can begin, and check what the state asks of it as we go. Start at the top with the date of this notice. Then the landlord's name, in our example Anna Baker, and the tenant's, here Ben Carter. The form asks for every tenant and every adult residing at the premises, so list each one on its own line. If the lease has a guarantor, name them too, and if a line does not apply, write NA rather than leaving it blank. Next, the leased premises. Type the full street address, including the unit number, exactly as the lease describes it, then the city, state, and zip code on the next line. The notice and the lease should describe the same premises, so copy it word for word rather than from memory. Now the terms. Name the lease document you are enforcing and its date. Here a residential lease agreement dated June 1, 2023. The next blank, the number of days the tenant gets, is set by your state's law. We cover it in the requirements in a moment, so fill it in after checking that. In our example, the problem is unpaid rent, so we tick past due rent, enter $1,200, and describe the period, February rent, due on the 1st. We tick late fees, $50, then the total amount due, $1,250. Tick only the boxes that actually apply and be specific. A vague notice is easier to challenge. If you're a landlord in Colorado, here's what you need to know about eviction notices. Let's start with non-payment of rent. For a standard residential tenancy, you must give your tenant 10 days written notice, requiring them to either pay the rent or vacate the premises. If the tenancy is non-residential or involves employer-provided housing, that drops to 3 days. For what's called an exempt residential agreement, 5 days is required. For a lease violation, the same timeframes apply. 10 days for a standard residential tenancy, 3 days for non-residential or employer-provided housing, and 5 days for an exempt residential agreement. The notice must require the tenant to either fix the violation or leave. And keep in mind, if a tenant violates the same condition again after curing it once, you can terminate the tenancy at that point, with 10 days written notice. Then the signature block. Print the landlord's name, sign on the by line, and add your title on the its line, here owner. The certificate of service records when the notice was delivered, how and to whom, complete it when you actually serve the notice, and use the notary block if your state or your attorney asks for sworn service. Keep a signed copy of everything for your records. Remember, this is general information, not legal or tax advice.